Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back for another Dre and J review. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And today we're going to be reviewing Mortal Kombat! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. All right. So, Mortal Kombat. Now, how we're going to break down this review is similar to how we're going to break down Godzilla vs. Kong, where first couple minutes we're going to talk non-spoilers, and then we'll break into spoiler talk. We'll let you know when we talk spoilers. So, yeah, started off, man. You know, I enjoyed Mortal Kombat. Like I said, when the first trailer came out, it's one of those movies where I feel like if it fulfills itself with the violence and, the fighting, I will enjoy this movie regardless of how it goes. It ultimately proved itself true. I know the story was a little bit of a bummer. It was kind of boring here and there, but I really like the characters. I feel like the characters were all true to themselves. Some were better than others. Some were kind of like, I wouldn't say they were bad. It's just like they took a back seat. So like they weren't as established as others. But overall, I kind of enjoyed this film. I had a good time watching it. Got anything to say to it?
I enjoyed the film as well. I kind of knew what I was going into, just knowing it's Mortal Kombat. I was like, I'm not expecting too much. It's a gaming movie, and if history tells us anything, most video game movies aren't really the best. So I didn't have high expectations. Seeing the trailers, I was excited for it though, seeing what they're going to do with it. And I ended up seeing the 7-minute clip before I actually watched the film, so I kind of knew what was going to happen at that point. And I really enjoyed that first 7 minutes. I thought that was probably one of the best parts of the film. For me, the film is it's enjoyable. For me being a Sub-Zero fan, it paid homage and put respect on his name. I feel like the video game never puts no respect on his name, especially with the trailers or anything like that. They never put no respect on Sub-Zero like that. He always getting beat by Scorpion. So to see him in a film where, he's doing his thing, I ain't gonna get no way. When he's doing his thing, you're like, okay. And we'll talk more about that later. But for me, the film was good. I enjoyed it. The story could have been better. I agree. What else do I say about the story? The story could have been better. And I also like to add that I feel some of the characters, I like the characters, some of them were like, not if I went with that. But overall, I like the film. I enjoyed it. I can say I had a good time with it. I'm definitely going to rewatch it again for my second viewing to see, how my reaction changes after seeing it. First time you're kind of watching it late, I'm like, you're excited to see what they're going to put into it.
More the nostalgia feeling.
Yeah. So I definitely want to watch it again and tell. But for what I liked it. For what I
yeah. And just to point out, to give you kind of a hint on what characters stood out, I think Kano was one, Sub-Zero, as you mentioned, was another. Kung Lao was great in this movie. And then also Scorpion was good. I'm just going to let you guys know this so you guys don't get your hopes up. Scorpion's not really in the movie that much. You see him in the beginning, and he's there in the end as well. But he's not, like I said, he's not in the movie that much, so I wouldn't really get my hopes up on that. And they introduced you to this new character, Cole Young. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really that big of a fan of Cole Young. At the end of the day, his power was kind of dope. It was kind of like you mentioned with David Bautista and
Iron Fist.
Yeah, Iron Fist. Mm-hmm. So, that was kind of cool, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like you have so many characters in Mortal Kombat universe that you could literally just pull it into this movie. So I feel like, just why make up a new character? But
can't tell somebody to go with the story or to push the story forward.
Yeah, but you could have done that with any other character.
Everybody's tired of seeing that. They've done that twice with Liu Kang. We're tired of seeing that. Okay. Who else could you have pushed it with?
Shit, I don't know. You could have put it with anybody. There's what didn't you mention that one guy related to
Yeah, but he's from the video game. They didn't bring him in.
Oh, okay. Well,
and you had to pay. You had to explain how he's Scorpion's son and stuff like that. You had to explain that. Yeah. And how they did it was basically it's ancestral. So that was a long time ago. So things have happened. So I see what you're saying though. Cole Young wasn't bad for me. Personally, I thought he was okay. He had those moments like most.
Like he wasn't bad. It's just every time he was on screen, you're like, I want to see the other people on screen. Like I want to see.
Yeah, because you don't know them like that.
Yeah,
you're going based off what you already knew. That's why.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? No, I feel that though. But I mean, I for the story, trying to push the story for. I guess it was like they kind of made like a coming of age story in a way. So they had to use a new character, bro. Somebody who didn't know.
I mean, I get that.
To build off of.
As far as the blood and you know the gore, the fatalities, all that stuff, it was nicely done in this movie. I honestly kind of expected a little bit more just because of how the directors were talking about it, and they were like, you know, we're really pushing the limit. So, you know, when I saw this movie, I was kind of a little bit disappointed because I was like, you know, I came away. Here's how I'll summarize it. I basically, after watching the movie, I told myself, you know what? My mom actually can watch this one. And I even told my mom to watch it, and she actually will watch it probably within these next couple of days. But the fact that my mom will be able to watch it, I feel like that's a problem for me. See, when I expect Mortal Kombat and the fatalities and gore and shit, I want it to be something that I can tell my mom, you cannot watch this movie. It is not for you. Mm-hmm. I feel like with this movie, she still can watch it. I feel like she can put up with it.
I mean,
like it's manageable. Yeah,
I mean, you probably could have said it could be. I mean, the fatality scenes though were nice to see. They were, you know, gory. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's rated R. You gotta push. You can only push so far rated R. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want to still make a film? Like at that point, you want to make a film still. You gotta have some kind of limitation. Yeah. I guess how they hyped it though. For what they hyped it as, when I think about it though, they had some dope fatality scenes. Like there's like 3 that come to mind right now. But like, I think that's all of them. I don't even have like 3 of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they worked for me. I mean, definitely you expected more gore and blood and stuff like that. But there was blood, though, because you saw when they find the cage. Like, it's like, you had blood stuff. The fatalities were always there.
Yeah. And also another thing, this movie doesn't really feel like a Mortal Kombat movie. Like, it is a Mortal Kombat movie, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But it feels like a prequel to a Mortal Kombat movie because it actually doesn't really, you know, it doesn't involve the Mortal Kombat tournament at all. It's kind of, you know, it takes place before the tournament.
I mean, they already had 9 tournaments before it.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like it as far as the story and anything like that is actually like the characters aren't involved in the Mortal Kombat tournament.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
Yeah, so it came yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's more of a prequel, to Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
In a way, but yeah.
I know they went for an invasion. I know the tone was supposed to be like an invasion type of tone. That's what they wanted to go off of. That's what the director said. He wanted to get like an invasion type of film. So I guess that was his way of like, you know, bringing in everything he brought in. But
yeah. Well, all right, you guys. That will be all for as far as non-spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, pause this review. We'll go watch the movie, then come back to it, and you know, as we're about to watch. So again, you've been warned. All right. So spoiler talk. Now, beginning of the movie, that shit was actually cold. That Sub-Zero fight and Scorpion fight.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was clean. Not even gonna lie. I mean, that's something you guys were already teased because they showed the first 7 minutes of the movie. But, yeah, it was dope to see, man. I love Scorpion. So he's you know, always been one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang's actually my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I will say, as far as characters, Liu Kang, I like him in this movie, but at the end of the day, like he's still, it's hard for me to say like, you know, I love this version of Liu Kang because I saw the first 2 Mortal Kombat movies and Liu Kang was a badass in them movies. Like that Liu Kang in them other 2 movies would wash this nigga.
That's because also the
he sweeped this nigga in 4.
No, that's because, but I mean the old Liu Kang, even in the video games, he's always been OP and he's been the focal point. In this movie, he's not the focal point no more. Yeah. You know, he's a monk who's, you know, humbled and stuff like that, just chilling. He's trying to learn by himself still. And them movies, he's still trying to figure out himself as well, but he's the focal of the story. Like, he has to push the story forward. This in this universe, in this Mortal Kombat, he's a section. He's a part. He's not the main guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that. Like, it's like how people see Wolverine. People love the Wolverine. If they bring X-Men back into Marvel, when they do, like, X-Men with Cyclops and all those people as, like, the main characters, and they bring Wolverine in, he's like a side piece, people are going to be like, oh, I like the original Hugh Jackman version better, because that's when he's the guy. It's focused on him. Yeah. So I understand that as a fan of Liu Kang. I get what you're saying, but like, it's not his movie. You know what I mean? It's Cole Young's movie. That. But the scenes he had were dope scenes, though.
Yeah, they were.
He was putting in work.
He was putting in work.
And when like they put dirt on his name, he put in work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just ain't the focal point of the film no more.
I mean, you say that nigga was actually, he had the fire powers, which actually that's a cool thing they added into this movie was, you know, the powers. The power set. Yeah. Is the fact that all these Okay. All these characters, they had where are you touching the mouse for?
I was moving for the light when it go off.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, all these characters, they had an arcada, is what they called in the movie. So each, the ones with the dragon mark tattoo, they ended up developing powers of their own. So Liu Kang developed his fire fist, Kano developed his laser beam. So it was really cool to see that. Because in the previous Mortal Kombat movies, Annihilation in the original Mortal Kombat, it was just more of fighting and, kung fu and, fight choreography. Where in this one, it actually established powers just like the video game. So that was actually a cool touch that I like to see and how they kind of brought that to be.
I mean, you kind of had that in the original, though, with Liu Kang. Remember,
no,
he turned that big ass gargoyle thing.
I mean, yes, but he didn't have the fire fist.
No, he didn't do the fire thing, but like he had the gargoyle. I like that too. I like that part of it. I mean, the fighting's still there though. Like the choreography's still nice. Like
did Kano even have his laser eye in the Mortal? Yeah, he didn't even have his laser eye. Yeah,
different times, bro.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. The power thing, like how they did that was dope, and how like if you defeat somebody who has that, you take that power.
Well, I don't know how I feel about.
You don't take that power. You take the mark.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how I feel about that part because it's like, well, no, because it doesn't kind of like ruin the whole thing with Mortal Kombat, and as far as like, oh, we've chosen this group of people. Like these people are the chosen ones, so they get the dragon mark tattoo. So if you just like Kano in the movie, they mentioned how he killed somebody and ended up taking his marking. So it's like,
yeah.
Is it really?
So he's more. It's like he's more worthy in a way.
Well,
he defeated that man, so he's more worthy.
I mean, yes, but the whole basis of Mortal Kombat and choosing Earth's champions was like these niggas were, selectively chosen by the gods.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they make mistakes though.
I mean,
I got the ass whooped. So yeah, Kano's ass took his marking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I don't know how it works for the future of Kano since he ain't got his marking no more.
Yeah.
Unless he has to take somebody else.
Well, unless Kano is still alive, which I mean, I think we can agree.
Yeah,
I think he's going to come back. But yeah, Sonya, stabs Kano in the eye, kills him. Sub-Zero, you mentioned, was he was the highlight of the movie. Like,
oh yeah,
dude, it was like honestly when Sub-Zero was on screen, it was like a horror movie because you were scared, you didn't know what this. Anytime you had a character facing off against this nigga, you didn't know what was going to happen.
No, you knew Sub-Zero put that work in. Sub-Zero came meaning business. That man came out right out the gun. In the first 7 minutes, you knew what time it was, and from there it just grew. You just knew, like he was like. Man, it was like Jason just coming through like a horror film for real. When you saw Sub-Zero, he was just
when he came to the city and was like had the
car or in that scene when he's driving the car, Jackson's driving, they see the smoke and they see Sub-Zero come out they see Sub-Zero out in the alley. Man, that's like scary vibes, man. Jack's trying to go out there and defeat. Jack's trying to do his thing. Jack's trying to hold his own. He did what he could.
That motherfucker really said, "I did 6 tours, motherfucker."
Yeah, he did what he
got his ass.
He did what he could. Sub-Zero looked at him like, "You ain't built like that." There's levels to this, my guy. And he gave him the works, man. I felt for that man. That man, he got his shit ripped off, then just boom, got knocked down. Head just hit the cement. I'm like, God damn, that's tough.
I'm probably nitpicking, but I actually liked in the trailer when Jats actually was screaming when he got his arms broken. In this movie, he broke his arms, and I guess he was in a state of shock.
Shock, bro. What's going? Mm-hmm. But I see that though. I was good with that. I mean, that could be cool too. But Sub-Zero was the guy, man. He really stood out in this film. If you're a Sub-Zero fan. They do him some justice. And that's why I like. That's why this film. I was like, okay. I can't give him a bad score already from the gun because Sub-Zero was done right. It's they gave Sub-Zero his time. They gave Sub-Zero those moments. He really is the guy, but he's the villain you scared. I'm scared more of him than Shang-Chi.
Yeah, you mean Shang
Tsung? Yeah, my bad. Shang Tsung. I'm scared more of him than Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
because he don't play.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was dope.
Another guy. So this guy comes number 2 on my favorite characters in this movie. Kung Lao. That nigga was cold.
Kung Lao was cold.
The way he entered, his entrance, very reminiscent of the video games, and he had the best fatality of all people in this movie. He actually did the Saw thing with his hat. He had Natara's. The bat chick Natara came at his ass. He just.
Went crazy. Yeah, he rode her down. And they actually the guts. That's one of the best fatalities I think in the film. That's probably number that might be number 1 for me. But yeah, I love the best fatalities for sure.
And the way he said "flawless victory" after, I was like, hey, I was like, okay, I see it. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio moment. Yeah. But
he was dope.
But that was a good one. Damn, I'm trying to think. What else? Liu Kang's fatality was nice with the fire dragon, and Cabal. I didn't even know Cabal was in this movie, but seeing him, he was actually dope.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
I'm not that familiar with Cabal like that. I'm gonna go based off the video game, like who I like to play with on the game, and Cabal's another one of those guys. I was like, I'm gonna get Cabal. So like seeing him in this film, for me, I was like, okay, Cabal. You know, I didn't know he was like that. So it was dope to see him and see what he could do. You know what I mean? And I think that's one thing Mortal Kombat did. Like, they didn't get all that. They didn't go for the heavy hitters right away. Mm-hmm. But they just go get the heavy hitters. They got a lot of guys that were like, you know, the more low key guys we don't really know about like that, which I liked. And I thought was a dope thing. Another thing I liked. We talking about characters, but
yeah.
Another thing I like real quick is the nostalgia they put in. They put a lot of respect. Like if you play the video games or anything like that, there's certain things for you there. You know what I mean? Like have you seen the original films? Like there was things like the Nightwolf picture. A Nightwolf when she's going through when she's looking at the damn wall, she's like showing them everything. A Nightwolf moment, like Leonardo DiCaprio moment. Oh, and the Nightwolf and seeing and when they go through and they show what's his name?
Shao Kahn?
No. The one, the Aztec. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Kodo Khan?
Kodo Khan. Yeah, when they showed a picture of his head, I think it was? Yeah, that was dope too. Like seeing that, like, oh man, okay, because I'm from the games like that. You know what I mean? He's a newer character too. He's not from the movies like that. So to see that they're taking stuff from like even the newer games was dope to see, and I like that.
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, Net's character that was the best, Kano. I think Josh Lawson played him. I just thought he was probably the funniest person in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, he always had a remark, he always had like a comment or remark to the characters, and he was just really cool.
Yeah.
Really funny guy. So I enjoyed him in this movie. I feel like they kind of did some of the females, you know, injustice as far as not fleshing them out or not giving them just like Melina. I feel like Melina should have been, you know, I don't know. I mean, she was thick though. I'll say that. She was bad.
As far as Kano goes, Kano was dope. In the first one, he's dope too. I think what makes Kano dope is because his ego and his cockiness and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he's always get his ass whipped at the end of the time.
Yeah, by
Sonya Blade. So I was like, you know. But I thought that was dope. And as far as the female, I thought Sonya did a great job. Like what they did with
Sonya
her.
was good.
I thought they were going to approach when she didn't have the power. And they was like, you can't train. I thought something like because you're a woman type stuff. They didn't do that. They just went because, you know, you get the marking. So you're not truly a champion. You can't defend Earth. You're not a champion. So I like that. Instead of like doing like a whole like, because you're a woman or something like that. I'm glad they didn't go that route. And that was dope. And seeing her get her power set and seeing that, you know, she was still fighting and she deserved her power set. She was still fighting, helping them out, even though she had nothing to do with it. I mean, she has nothing to do with it because of the Earth at the end of the day, but like, it's not her fight like that. So it was like nice to see her in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jax, the monks helped Jax. I don't know how the monks got Jax the male arm, bro. They put the male on.
That motherfucker was skinny as fuck. Originally I was like, I don't remember his arms.
Nah, I knew it was gonna be a lash. I knew it was gonna be a lash.
I saw shit. The way he tried to fight that one dude, and he was like, "Oh, I can't swing on this nigga." He was like, "Bro."
He was trying to block. He taking the hit.
He took the hit. He was just like,
he got him back.
He was done, bro.
Nah.
He couldn't fight back.
That's one thing I did have a problem with though. I didn't like how Jax got his big ass arms.
What, you didn't like how his words?
I like how like his inner power was the arms.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you could have gave him though.
Not that you could give anything, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like the power. I always thought the power like something that was already inside you, like when you're chosen.
Yeah.
So he already had the money before, so it was like did he have to lose his arm to get his power?
Well, I guess I guess they were like, well, you know what, you got your arms ripped off. I guess let's help you out here and build these arms up.
And you got the monks working. I don't know. I mean, the monks used to technology and all that kind of. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they advanced, my nigga. Yeah. But you saw how he had like the things in his bats. I guess.
No. No.
I don't know. Maybe like that kind of helped him get those arms. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
But how he got his file, like his power, he finally got his arms. It's like that. I was like, oh man, I don't know about that part because like I was like, oh man, I thought he already had the marking before. Like he just got the mark after he lost his arms. I'm like, I don't know about that.
I get that.
But Jax was cool. The actor that played him did a great job. He was funny. He had moments on screen. I remember the only one. I really think about the original Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the Jax from there. And he wasn't bad either. Jax has never really been bad. Just, you know, I like the idea. I'm glad he actually got arms instead of like just some base over his arm. Yeah. So that was dope. Another character. I actually like Scorpion.
Yeah, I never said I didn't like Scorpion.
You just want more.
No, I wanted more Scorpion. I didn't like the fact that he had to be summoned. Like Scorpion was always this.
I like what they did with him though. I hope they did with them.
I mean, I hope. What I'm saying is, I hope in future movies it's not this thing where this nigga is like a damn what's it called add-on player or DLC player where okay, you gotta bring this nigga in or add this nigga to the screen or summon him. I hope that because he said that you freed me and shit. So I hope in the end in the next movies to come he can go as he pleases.
That'd be dope.
Between the Nether Realm and in the real world.
Yeah, no, I agree. The actor did a great job. He's a great actor though, in everything he's done. Mm-hmm. So I have no complaints about that. Scorpion definitely could have got used more. I was cool Scorpion getting his ass whooped though all the time because I'm tired of him always being that guy. Everyone always give him like credit. He always beating everybody ass.
Because he is that.
I was ready for him to take a back seat to Sub-Zero. So that was
get over here.
Yeah, the voice actually didn't sound that bad. It didn't sound bad at all. I'm used to the video game version of Ed Boon, but it wasn't bad at all. So I can say Scorpion was cool. The choreography in that last fight was dope.
That was probably the best fight in the film.
Nah, I think the first one still. The first 7-minute one.
Nah, I don't know.
That might be still better.
That last one, just the whole taking the blood out, using a knife, stabbing it.
The fighting, I thought some of the scenes were shot very well. I think some of them didn't look right to me. The CGI was up and down at times. I feel like
Goro for sure.
The CGI was up and down at times. It looked really good. At times it was like, okay, what's going on here? Yeah. Like it's like lower budget, but I know just CGI doesn't look right all the time. That was the complaint I had.
What did you think of Goro?
Man, I was talking to my some people about that. Man, I don't know. I mean, it's hard because the original Goro looks weird, but he's a robot, so it's like and like this one's so CGI'd. It's like he ain't look good either. It's like it's hard to find middle ground, man. You gotta find middle ground, man. You have to put an actor there and just like do it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. That's tough. Goro Loki, I thought wasn't the champion I'm used to him being. You know what I mean? He could be a champion. It's like Goro really wasn't putting that work in like he's supposed to. Maybe you should have him fight somebody else instead of Cole Young.
Because when I watched before I watched this movie, I watched Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, and that Goro.
Yeah, well, he's always like the champions like that. What they should have did was they should have had another character like one of them little throw-ins like they did in the first movie with the
They should have like Baraka or something.
Well, Baraka he'll be with Raiden. He'll be like with he'll be with the villains, but he wouldn't be with the good guys anyway.
No, but wasn't Goro was a villain?
Yeah, I'm about to fight. I'm talking about it should show Goro like in the first one like he was fighting that black dude and he messed him up and everybody like Goro's that guy.
Oh, you're saying he should have fought somebody before?
They should have somebody. They should have showed him fighting somebody else or fighting before that to show like Goro's that guy. Like him ripping somebody apart and some shit. I wanted things like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would have saved Goro for a second one. I would have brought like a nigga like Baraka or something. Because I mean, he would have matched up with Cole Young considering they both got those damn things sticking out their arms.
Yeah, Baraka would have been bad. But usually when Baraka fights, they usually have like multiple Barakas. Yeah. In the movies, at least, they have multiple ones. But Baraka would have been cool. I'm cool. I didn't mind seeing Goro in the film because Goro is such a big character in the Mortal Kombat universe, so he works. But the way he looked, I don't know, man. It was a little hit or miss.
It was a little bit off.
Yeah, it was. But as far as like the another thing I give credit to, the costumes looked amazing. Yeah. I thought the Sub-Zero's ninja outfit was amazing. I thought Scorpion's outfit was amazing. I like how, especially with the ninjas, especially, and how they're both from different
cultures. One's Chinese.
One's Japanese, one's Chinese. And they even say it because he's like, I don't understand your language. Like, I don't get what you're saying. You know what I mean? So I like how they did different cultures. Even their suits, their costumes match more of their cultures. Yeah. Which I thought was dope as well. So that was cool.
And also just the casting in general. How, it was very diverse. So
very diverse cast.
I like the fact that they did that. Damn. Oh, also, I don't like how they did my nigga Kung Lao. That shit was some bullshit.
No, go ahead.
They had that nigga's soul sucked by Shang Tsung, bro. That shit was some bullshit.
Yeah, man. He put that work in.
He didn't even fight nobody. It wasn't even like, he fought this nigga Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung defeated him and took his soul. He literally just grabbed this nigga. And Shang Tsung, he was cold. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, he wasn't like the Shang Tsung from the original. Your soul is mine.
But he did a great job like the first one. He did, because I was worried. I was like, man, that's tough because the first one was so amazing. Yeah, he did. But that shit. He did a great job with that too. But yeah, seeing that was tough. I didn't like that either. I was like, oh, he had just got done, putting that work in, flawless victory. He just got done doing his thing, and to see him get, I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Raiden. We ain't talk about Raiden, man. Raiden, man. Man, the casting, the actor did a great job what he was given, man. But they made Raiden seem like...
But Raiden, that's always how he is, though. He can't interfere.
No, they can't interfere, but how... the way he was disrespecting them dudes, bro.
Hell yeah, nigga. He saw them fighters, bro. He's like, bro, we can't win this shit.
But you're a fighter.
But he did that to install confidence in them in a way. Like not install confidence, but like make them find that inner warrior with them.
I think I just want Raiden to get that respect as well, because Raiden's one of those guys. He's one of them OP characters, bro. Raiden never gets that respect. Like, people forget Raiden's an elder god. Like, he's OG type power. You know what I mean? Like, they need to show a better way of showing how.
Well, you can't really show it, because if Raiden, that's the thing. If Raiden interferes, bro, Raiden can literally wipe all them niggas out if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Raiden, because in the movie, he basically transported all them niggas. Raiden could transport all them niggas into a volcano if he wanted to.
Low key, hey, look. I'm just saying, Raiden following the rules. Shang Tsung ain't following the rules.
Raiden respects the gods. Shang Tsung doesn't.
Neither does Shao Kahn, the original one.
Yeah, they said fuck the gods.
But I just want to see Raiden, show his power set more. I guess it's hard to do that because he's the elder god and he has to stay out of the tournaments like that. But it'd be nice to see him. But the person that played Raiden did a great job as well. I agree. I had no problem with the casting choices. I thought it was dope. So it worked for me, man.
Yeah, and also a quick thing to add on, I also liked how they wrote how Liu Kang and Kung Lao were cousins, because they're not actually cousins like in the original version.
Yeah.
But in this one, it actually worked. That's something I always bought in the games as well. I mean, they're both like kind of, especially when you play Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks.
They played both of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like I can see them both being cousins or being related to each other. So that was a nice touch. I'm trying to think. Was there anything?
I'm trying to think about anything else I went crazy for. I like.
This movie definitely sets up for potentially more sequels.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where like it doesn't establish everything within the first movie. I think that's what their goal was. Because they plan on building something with.
Joe's come back. He ain't dead, bro.
Well, you say that he's technically dead.
He's not dead, bro.
He's gonna become Noob. They they basically teased it, because even I even looked at like when they were talking about like the costume design, they made his suit look.
Oh, darker. I know, I did that.
Yeah,
after the suit came off, like the blue color was like in the movie.
Well, not just that, but also when they originally made his suit, like they made it a darker shade of blue because they were already teasing that this dude is going to be Noob.
No, I felt like it was Noob when he was fighting Scorpion them, and his costume started coming off, and all you see is the black. I'm like, oh, that's like some news. And so I'm like, hey,
like Noob is coming, and that means if Noob.
I don't know, man.
Then the original, then the new Sub-Zero is going to come.
Don't make no sense about the brother though.
What you mean? I mean, if they can make Liu Kang and Kung Lao cousins, they probably don't say that he doesn't have a brother. They probably will write it where they probably will write it that the new Sub-Zero ain't his brother.
Then who is he?
So he's someone else from the Lin Kuei.
I don't know, bro.
But I mean, they could be brothers.
That's tough, bro. And I don't want that Sub-Zero, bro. Cause I know what that Sub-Zero's gonna be. I don't think they're gonna give me. They give me that. They gonna give me the other brother Sub-Zero. He's gonna be the good guy, and he gonna get his ass whooped.
I understand how you feel.
He gonna get his ass whooped all the time. I don't want that.
You just saw.
I just saw peak Sub-Zero doing bullet work. I don't want to go back down to where you gonna have him helping the good guys, helping the Earth realm, and he gonna get his ass whooped. I don't want that no more, man. I'm tired of seeing my man get done like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they do. Hey, they bring Sub-Zero back. I hope it's that Sub-Zero, the older brother. Hey, also they need to bring Cyrax, man. I'm ready for Cyrax to come.
Yeah.
Cyrax is a great one to use.
I also didn't like how they did. Well, Reptile was dope, but I kind of prefer.
I
prefer Ninja Reptile.
Some people say. I don't know a girl, but her family watching. They're talking about how he reminded them of who was. It was the guys. They said something. They probably something that was funny though. Yeah. Reptile made sense because it was realistic to what he would look like. You know what I mean? He didn't have the costume. He didn't talk for real. He talked. He didn't talk. He had no costume. Well, he was just a lizard that was going crazy. That would turn camouflage and could fight. That's all it was. So Reptile was cool for what he was. I like how when he came down like that, he turned invisible and camouflage and stuff like that. He was dope. Reptile was cool for what he was, man. Yeah. I've been said I'm one of those people. Not like the majority, but I always like Reptile when he was just a regular ninja and stuff. Like, yeah, I always liked Reptile back when he was human, like in the first Mortal Kombat movie. Mm-hmm. I always like he just looked cool like that. But I'm also a big fan of like the ninjas in general, like the Rain, Reptile. They're just basic suits like stuff like that. So that's just me personally.
Kenshi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or yeah. No, yeah, I don't like Kenshi like that. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't like Kenshi?
Not really.
Kenshi was my nigga back.
But I like Eben. Is it Ebony? I'm trying to do his name. Ermac. I like Ermac. Ermac was dope.
Okay.
So Kenshin was my guy like that. Like, I'm surprised they didn't use Kenshin in this movie. They could have definitely used him. He'd been a good casting choice.
But that's the thing. That's the cool thing is that Mortal Kombat has so many characters. Yeah,
you can build off of.
In the future movies, like they can bring in anybody at this point.
You think Shao Kahn's still alive? They made Shao Kahn like he was like a legend, like back in the day. Like,
oh no, that nigga's still alive. Because he even said like I think when he was starting to grow, he said like Shao Kahn's champion or something like that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to have Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn's dope. I like Shao Kahn. You gotta do Shao Kahn. You could do Quan Chi, you could do they got a lot. Mortal Kombat has so much you can go with, man.
Katana.
Like they didn't even do my girl Katana. They bring Katana. We got a problem. Or also Jade. Jade ain't been brought yet. These all characters are dope. Well, Jade ain't really the dopest, but I like Jade personally. She's cool in the game too. So, well, I would say though, for this, as far as this film like universe, they could do a lot with this because they have so many characters. They can build off of. I think the story needs to get a little better. And, I don't even need to be like no top tier Academy Award winning story. Like, it doesn't be like that because this is more comic than day. Like, it's like, we come for the fighting, for the characters, for those moments, the gore, all that kind of stuff. We come for that. But the story has to make some kind of sense where I can keep up with it and stay involved in it. You know what I mean? That's what you want your audience. You want your audience to stay involved with your story and care somewhat about your story. You know what I mean? So I hope they work on that. I definitely think this film's going to get another film. They're definitely going to make a sequel for sure. Yeah. Depending on the Johnny Cage tease.
Yeah. I know, at the end they teased Johnny Cage. And, I would love to see Johnny Cage.
Well,
Johnny Cage was my favorite character in the original Mortal Kombat movies, and it pissed me off in Mortal Kombat Annihilation when he was killed off in the first 10 minutes. That shit.
I'm not crazy Johnny Cage fan.
I want to see a Johnny Cage fatality in the next movie. That motherfucker. Here's Johnny.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be fire. As far as I think they definitely have to do more films with in this universe, and I think that'd be dope. I'm definitely interested in seeing more of what they can do because they have so many characters I want to see and so many characters I like that I would like to see in film. So I'm excited about the next film, what they do with it. Yeah,
I think if you're a person who like loves Mortal Kombat, for the gore and for the the violence, I think you'll come away liking this movie. If you like Mortal Kombat for the story, the games for the story, I think you'll probably you'll have mixed emotions about this movie. I think you'll like it, but a part of you will also kind of resent it a little just because the story is a little bit off. Yeah. I still think it's better than the first two Mortal Kombat movies, in my opinion. But yeah, if I had to give this movie a rating, I probably would give it. I'd probably give it a B-.
B-. One more thing for me, the fights, they weren't all memorable. Like I thought the Melina and Cole Young fight was like, he wasn't really. I thought Cole Young would be that guy. Well, he's supposed to become that guy.
And Jax's fight versus
Jax's fight was all right. A lot of those fights weren't really that memorable. You're like, okay.
Literally, the only fights that are memorable are probably Scorpion
Sub-Zero, the first one and the last one at the end. Yeah. That first 7-minute one was even better. That's probably the best part. That honestly threw me off because like the first 7 minutes feels like a completely different film than the rest of the film. Like how it's shot. All the choreography, how the camera, like the wide outs and stuff like that, just shot differently. It just looks, you know what I mean? So like you tell, it feels like it's different, shot by two different people, but it's not, of course. But it felt like that. Yeah. So I think they definitely need to go back and just look at that. But for me, I enjoyed this film. I'll give this film a B+. As you get a B+ as well?
I gave it a B-.
I give it a B+ because Sub-Zero was that guy. I wasn't gonna give it an A, but I gotta slow down. I guess a B+ because I was entertained. It gave me a good time. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan of the game. I like the game, so. Coming into it, seeing these characters and seeing all this was just dope. And like I said, man, certain movies, for me personally, with my reviews and like why I look for in certain films, like man, I know like what I'm getting. Like I know, okay, this is what this film's supposed to be about. It's not gonna be like a great story. If it entertains me, it gets a good grade regardless. So that's how I look at my film. So like with Kong and Godzilla, I gave a high score because it entertained me. It gave me what I wanted. So with this film, I give it a B+. I'm excited to see what else they can do. They definitely, I think, need to go look at. I don't know if Ed Boon will help with this film at all. Like they took any advice from Ed Boon. They definitely should probably. They did do it.
They did a good job. Not without him.
For sure. But I think if you're gonna do another film, if you didn't use Ed Boon the first time, you probably should hit him up and like have him come on, just like give his ideas because he's a Mortal Kombat. He's a genius. He's the guy. Yeah. So like you should bring him on board if you're gonna do another film and take some of his words. I know directors like to do their own thing and bring their own like their own art into it and stuff like that.
We're looking at you, Avatar.
But you should definitely use Ed Boon and just get some ideas from because he's great with the Mortal Kombat. He's done Mortal Kombat all this time. Yeah. And they've been great games. It's like that Game of the Year. Recently just won Game of the Year again for this new one. So definitely bring him on board, see what he can bring and help, get this franchise on the right track. Because I think it has a great road ahead. It can really do a lot.
It definitely has a lot to build on. And
for sure, yeah.
Premise. I said it would be, if it would honestly, I would match that B+ if the violence and shit
Yeah.
was like I was like if it was more, if there was more violence, more gore, this movie would have been a B+ or an A- for me.
Okay, I'd rather see it as a show.
You know, that would be cool.
You could do it longer then.
Yeah.
I think this movie was kind of short, low key.
That's also another thing that I would like to say add on real quick is that it was what, an hour and 50 minutes, and I feel like, I feel like if you're a more like if you played the Mortal Kombat games, you'll think it's all right to you because like you know these characters, so like you don't really need no backstory. But I feel like for people who haven't seen Mortal Kombat or don't really know much about Mortal Kombat and they come to watch this movie, you know, they're kind of going to be lost a little bit.
Oh yeah, this film definitely. If you haven't seen the Mortal Kombat, it doesn't really do a great job of setting you up and trying to introduce you to this world and how all this stuff goes and what
and
who
really
these
characters are.
Yeah, you just have to know. If you know, you know. Like I know a lot of people that haven't seen Mortal Kombat don't know Mortal Kombat. Like our mom probably, she want to know when she see that picture of Nightwolf, she's gonna think, okay, she gonna look, oh, that Nightwolf, or she gonna, you know what I mean, like something like that. So like, I definitely agree with that. I think definitely if they turn this like a show, like HBOMax show or like Netflix. I know HBOMax probably got the rights or Warner Bros.
They're probably gonna stick to the movie.
Yeah, for sure, gonna stick to movies. But if they did a show, that'd be dope because like you really just spread that time out and do, you know, individual characters really get that arc and get, you know what I mean, get it right. But
yeah, for sure.
If they do no movies, I'm cool with that too. I'm excited about what they do next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so.
All right, guys, that'll be all for this review. Let us know down below your thoughts on the new Mortal Kombat movie. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And finish him!
Take care, guys.
Fatality. Deuces.